and watch the chef cook.
You want 17 birds? Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Hit my line if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Yeah, I'm from the 17th curb.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, man, I want to say shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to Big Print Champs in the building. Y'all know the vibes. All y'all with the Hurt Season merch, man. Y'all been holding it down. What's this, year or two of this, man? You know what I'm saying? Sometime next week, I'm going to be releasing the 22 Bird shirt. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even supposed to give y'all this little sneak peek yet, but, you know, I'm going to release the 22 Bird shirt. You know what I mean? Just to commemorate the guys on a real exciting season. You know what I mean? It was a great season, you know what I mean? I feel like it got to be talked about as one of the best in the Eagles history. So, you know what I mean? It's a little something from me to y'all, you know what I mean? It's going to look real good with the crazy summer fashion. I'm going to show y'all how we going to put it on display on my end. But, yo, man, this video is about 3 guys. Well, probably 2 in the possible. You know what I'm saying? We know the needs of this roster. We know that this team could be potentially looking different on the defensive side of the ball. We know about the picks that the Philadelphia Eagles have. You know what I mean? The 10th pick in this draft and the 30th pick in this draft. That's a good swing. You could possibly get somebody on the high end at 10. You could trade back and still get more value out of this draft, which I think is a huge possibility. But, man, if these 3 players are sitting there in your face at 10, you have to pull the trigger if you're the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'll tell you why. First, we're going to start with Jalen Carter. For obvious reasons, Georgia Bulldog, defensive lineman, 6'3", 300 pound, just a game record from the interior, man. A game record from the interior. You're possibly going to lose Javon Hargrave. You're possibly going to lose Fletcher Cox. I'm comfortable with a young tandem of Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Milton Williams as rotational pieces. I feel a little better. You know what I mean? If you could land a Jalen Carter. Everything about Jalen Carter, the measurables, everything screams generational talent. Generational talent. He is a complete game changer. If he's there at 10, you would be crazy if you're Howie Roseman in the Philadelphia Eagles and you don't take that opportunity seriously. We know how Howie Roseman likes to emphasize the trenches, and this just is right up Howie Roseman's alley if this guy is here. My second guy, edge rusher, Alabama, Crimson Tide, Will Anderson. I think Will Anderson is cut from that Bosa cloth. You know what I mean? The Hassan Reddick cloth. That Micah Parsons cloth off the edge. Myles Garrett. I think that dude is special. I think he's special, man. 6'4", 243 pounds. Athleticism at the position. Power, speed, everything you need at the position. Just an athletic freak, man. An athletic freak. Slated as a linebacker. That means he possibly could drop into coverage in some schemes. But coming off the edge, man, he's different. He's different. You know, he's different coming off the edge. Now, you might be losing Brandon Graham, which is why I think that having a young guy like this, you know, in a rotation, you know what I mean, will go good for the Philadelphia Eagles. No matter who the coaches are, we are going to follow the method of having rotational defensive linemen 9 times out of 10. I say that because with Jim Schwartz, we were a rotation, and also with the guy that just left who didn't even want to give a press conference. I don't even like to speak his name. Jonathan Gannon, we were a rotation. What's the one constant? Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman likes to implement that, so I feel like that, you know, Will Anderson being a part of the rotation just pays dividends for the Philadelphia Eagles. So if he's there at 10 and Jalen Carter is gone, you know what I mean? In no particular order, honestly. If they both there at 10, man, I'm not mad at whoever you get, but I think these guys just fit what we're trying to do in Philadelphia. Am I possible? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that this guy isn't worthy of being held in high regard like the other 2 guys, but at the same time, we got to understand that, you know what I mean, our emphasis is on the trenches, but we might be losing Bradbury. I really like Devin Witherspoon out of Illinois. 6'1", $180. He's not going to wow you with the interceptions in college or nothing like that. But, you know, when you look at Devin Witherspoon, you look at the pass defenses, man, 14 pass breakups. You know what I mean? He's always around the ball. He's always in the right place at the right time. And, that is what we need out of a cornerback on this roster, man. I think that he'll fit right in and he'll be able to learn some things from Darius Slay. So, Devin Witherspoon, I would give him that nod in that regard for sure. You know what I mean? As being one of them guys. If he's there at 10, listen, we say we need to draft a defensive back or a corner high. I'm not mad at this right here with Devin Witherspoon. I'm not mad at it at all. You know what I mean? I think he's a cornerback, right? Yeah, he's a cornerback. I'm not mad at this at all. But let's talk about Wagner for a second. And while I think Bobby Wagner will also be a good fit for the Philadelphia Eagles in free agency, listen, man, if you can use all your draft picks and fill some of the holes of guys that's leaving, you know what I mean? This linebacking class, I didn't really see it as impressive for real, as we've seen in past years with linebacking groups coming into the draft. I think Bobby Wagner's value is through the roof just because of that reason alone across the NFL. So, you know what I mean? You're going to lose TJ Edwards possibly. You're possibly going to lose Kaiser White. You know what I mean? Bobby Wagner could come in and fill a void. And Bobby Wagner and Nakobe Dean, I think, can be a magical tandem for the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I mean? Davion Teller is still around. He got some experience. But Bobby Wagner and Nakobe Dean, I think that is, somewhat of a way that I will be leaning towards going if I'm Howie Roseman. My thought process says that, that could be really, really useful and really helpful for the Philadelphia Eagles moving forward. So this is not really a big board. I just feel like, the draft is coming sooner than later. It's coming really quick, actually. March will be here. It's time to start thinking about guys that you can't pass up on because you got a top 10 pick. You was in the Super Bowl with a top 10 pick. You know what I mean? Moves like that make me not worry about, what Howie Roseman is going to do for real, man. We're going to definitely dive deeper and deeper into the draft and into the prospects. You know what I mean? We're going to definitely have a good look around and see what's available for us, man. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man.